Question 13. This was a tough one. Many students had a hard time with this one. All right, again, it's a situation where we have an absolute value and it's less than some line here. All right, let's see if we can graph this first of all. Let's not forget this part here and this number here. These two numbers tell us how much the vertex has moved. Here's the x move along the x-axis, here's the move along the y-axis. So the new vertex will be 2 units, not negative but positive, so it'll be, if you start here, 2 units in this direction, and then this says +1. So we go 2 and +1. So the absolute value will be right here. Make sure you understand that. This number and this number give you the vertex, and this one is always the opposite of what you see. It says -2, so it's going to be a 2. It says +1, that one's a +1. So here's your vertex. 2, 1 is your vertex. Now this absolute value looks like it's got a steep, not steep, sorry, a shallow slope, so very wide. Here, the number in front always tells us the slope, and our slope is 1/3 here. So it goes up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3, and this direction as well. Up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's a little bit not quite lined up, but anyway, right there. So there's your absolute value. Now, we've graphed the absolute value. Now we're going to graph this line, y equals 2. Y equals 2 is right there. Okay, now you have to look at this and understand the situation. I'm going to circle that. This says, when is this absolute value less than 2? So when is this absolute value below y equals 2? Let's look at the graph. When is the absolute value less than this line? When is below the line? So I'm going to start here on the absolute value. Right here, the absolute value I'm following. Oh, it's above that line. It's above that line. Anywhere here above the line, right? I'm on the absolute value. It's above the line. It's still above the line. It's still above the line. It's still above. Oh, right here. It's on the line. The absolute value is on the line right here. I'm going to keep going. Oh, it's below the line now. So now I'm below the line. Now I'm below the line. I'm still below the line. I'm still below the line, and I get to here. Now I'm on the line. Now keep following the absolute value. Now I'm above the line. Okay? So over here, the absolute value is above the line. Over here, the absolute value is above the line. Between here and here, the absolute value is below the line. So I'm going to put 2 lines here like that. This one is at -1. This one's at 5. So between here and here, the absolute value is below the line. It's below the line. So the answer to this problem should be x values are between -1 and 5. All right. So in interval notation, from -1 to 5 are the x values that meet or satisfy this situation here. All right. In set notation, we will write that like that: x such that x is between -1 and 5. Right. X is greater than -1, less than 5. Let's look at this second one. If you're looking closely already, you've noticed this one. Is it the same or different? Let's take it out. It's different. I think on your test, this was a 3. And it made the problem a little bit tougher, so I decided just to change it to a 4 here, because it's more important to understand the concept and worry about the fractions that will result if there's a 3. So let's put a 4 in here. I changed that. And let's look at this. We can't graph this until we get rid of this 4. Okay, the last one didn't have a number there. We need to get rid of this number. So I'm going to take this and factor out a 4. So here it is. I left the 3/4. I put this 4 here and I factored it out. 4 times x minus 3. Alright, everything else is unchanged. Now this 4 can just jump right out of that absolute value. Just pull that out. Alright, when I pull this 4 out, it's like 4 times this, and the 2 4's cancel, and I'm left with just a 3. There's x minus 3 in the middle here, minus 2. Now this is graphable, so let's try to graph it. Again, this number and this number, -3, -2, tell me the vertex. This is going to be the x value of the vertex, this is going to be the y value. So -3, I always move the opposite direction, so not -3, I'm going to move +3, and here I'm going to go -2. So let's see what the vertex is. Right here, okay, so I went +3, -2. and the vertex is there. So it moves from here, plus 3, minus 2 vertex. Now this number here in front is the slope. So the slope is 3, and this as a fraction would be 3 over 1. So we go up 3, up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, and on this side as well, up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. Alright, so pretty steep. Now where's the solution? Well, we've graphed the absolute value, now we need to graph this side also. It's a line, y equals 4. Again, that's different on your test. On your test it was a 3, so a lot of students did a good job with this. They put a line at y equals 3, but it's a little harder to find a solution, so I changed it here, y equals 4. Alright, now this question says, when is this absolute value greater than or equal to this line? So when is the absolute value above this line? Look at the absolute value, look at this line. When is the absolute value above this line? So let's start here. I'm on the absolute value. I'm moving along the absolute value. And right now, I'm above the line. Over here, I'm still above the line. So if I keep going this way, I'm above the line. But as soon as I get to here, I'm on the line. And then I keep following the absolute value. Now I'm below the line. See, the line's up here. I'm down here. I'm below the line. I'm still below the line. I'm way below the line. Below, 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 below. I'm below the line. Still below, still below, still below. And here I'm on the line. I've met the line again. And here I'm above the line. I'm going above the line. So when this says looking for absolute value above this line, when is this above? When is this absolute value above it? It's above the line over here, and it's above the line over here. So not here. In here, it's below the line. So the values of x, where this absolute value is above, are these values. So everything lower than 1, and on this side, everything bigger than 5. Alright? So here would be our answer. What x values work for this, satisfy this, so that the absolute value is above the line? Well, from negative infinity to 1. Let's check it out. From negative infinity all the way to 1. All those values there, that's when the absolute value is above this line. Now union, because we're going to have an or another situation, from 5 onwards to infinity, the absolute value is above this line. There it is. In set notation, it would look like that.